Hello my lovelies, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me again. So this is my first video of 2022. Now today is the 6th of January 2022 and it is known as the Epiphany. So this is the last day of the Christmas celebrations, the 12 days of Christmas, and it's also the last day in some respects of the celebration of Saturnalia. So I've done the numerology and also some gematria on certain aspects of this day, which I'd like to share with you. And it is all very, very interesting. And also I'm going to share a painting that I've done, which is of the three magi, the three wise men. So there is an energy about the painting, which I hope that you can feel and absorb, because it's filled with light and it's filled with sacred water from the Glastonbury Chalice well, and also I add to the paint some vibhuti, which is a sacred ash, so it should hit you with some really lovely healing energies to inspire you and uplift you. So if you care to join me, pin back your luggles because there's some very interesting stuff coming your way. So here's my painting of the three magi. Now, Epiphany is a Greek word, and epi, which means upon, on, at, outer, exterior or covering, and phania means an appearing, so to show and to reveal. It's an appearance or manifestation of a deity, a sudden intuitive perception or insight. So the energy of today, the 6th of January 2022, means that something is going to be shown to us, whether it's externally in the news and or the truther community, should have quite a shocking aspect to it. And I know that Mr. T was due to have a press conference today, which he has cancelled and is put further on onto the 15th of January. But even so, there is something about the energy of today which should please, I think, an awful lot of people. It's going to shock a lot of people, but I think it's going to please a lot of folks too. So when I did the numerology of the word Epiphany, it adds up to 13. So 13 is to do with the goddess energy, the divine feminine. So you'd think, well, hang on a minute, these three dudes were going to visit a boy child, and yes they did, if you believe the story. They can just be seen as archetypes if you don't believe in the actual nativity story. But what I was told when I was tuning into this energy was that they also came not just to as the adoration of the Christ child, but also the mother. So Mary, having given birth to this boy child, Christ child, they came to pay their respects to her as well. So my sense of this energy of this being a 13 numerology, and also the 6th of January 2022 adds up to 13. So this is a 13 day, as well as the word Epiphany adding up to 13. So there's a double boost of the energies of the sacred feminine today. And I feel that this is an indication of more and more feminine energy, divine feminine energy being awoken throughout humanity. And it's not just about the male, the female energy, it's the male energies too. So it's waking up the divine feminine within the masculine collective consciousness. Now, when I looked at the gematria of the word Epiphany, it comes to 94. So there are some very interesting words associated with it. So I'll read them out. So here we have John, unicorn, guardians, judgment, Ahura Mazda, who is a god of light, white hat, indigo child, escalator, a light being. Pendragon, as in Arthur Pendragon or King Arthur of the Round Table. Chessboard, heart chakra, star child, and Doc Brown. And then when I did the gematria for the 6th of January 2022, written out with the numbers, we have, it comes to 118. So it comes to Great Reset, Microsoft, The Storm, The Matrix, Patriots, We Have It All, Limitless, Downloading, Golden Goose, The Awakening, We See You. And when I had put in the 6th of January 2022 in the words, the royal bloodline of Judah, the return of the king, humanity is awakening, the 7 colour rays, and to cast out devils, he who's unstoppable. And this is interesting, this is another date in January 31st. So put something in your diary, star your diary, because there might be something comes up on the 31st of January. Random acts of kindness, collective consciousness, this is an interesting one. Red shield, death, agonizing. So if you know who or what the red shield could be, you can look that up. Intergalactic warrior, the alpha numeric secret. So we know that words and numbers have a deep esoteric and ancient meaning. So I'm diving more and more into numerology and the gematria, so things keep showing up for me. You might like to do a bit of research yourselves as well. Then we have the House of Windsor. And this one I think is for me. I was once a mermaid long ago. So when we're looking at the 3 kings or the 3 wise men, their names are, or were, or are, Balthazar, Gaspar, and Melchior. So I've done the numerology and gematria on all 3 of them. And it is quite fascinating how, when you start to dig, some extraordinary things start to show up. So we have Balthazar, he comes to number 89. So the gematria with him is God's information, the light, meaning God, this one I like, free hugs, I give free hugs, cosmic code, decode God code, and also August, so something again was going to show up, a revelation in August of this year. So then we have Gaspar or Caspar, he comes to number 62. So his gematria comes to Magdalene 13. So she had the divine feminine energies about her. It comes to dollar, Fibonacci, so like in the Fibonacci code, the spiral, plasma, Terra, T-E-R-R-A, as in Earth, Mother Earth, Nikola, as in Tesla, shift, cosmic, cliff high, and medicine. And then we come to Melchior, the 3rd of the Magi. Now his number comes to 83. So his gematria is God date code, one Lord, light race, child of God, the Donald, and spring. So again, there's an indication here of things coming to light in the early parts of this year. So by springtime, even by the end of this month. So the 15th of January and the 31st of January. Also with Melchior, collapse, Titans, phase 1, and leap year. Well, I don't think this is a leap year, but it could be a quantum leap year for us all, where we all take a gigantic spiritual leap, moving away from this feeling of restriction. So then the gifts that the three Magi brought, the Mother and the Christ child, which were gold, frankincense and myrrh. So one thing that's really jumped out at me when I was tuning into this was the gold. Yes, it's sort of the first in the list of gifts that were brought, but when you look at this Magi, this king, bringing a gift of gold, the way this painting showed up on the canvas, all three of them are looking directly at us, at you. So you are being brought a gift of gold. And this says to me, this is the gold standard. This is the change in the financial way of doing things. And it is a loving gift. It is it's unconditional. There's no dark corners to this. It's just coming with great love from the universe. So the gold comes to the number 38. Where we put it? And the words associated with that in gematria are bridge, change and balance. So that makes a great deal of sense. So the next gift is frankincense, and that comes to 119 in gematria. And the words associated with that are eternal ray, Nikola Tesla, Mary Magdalene, and literally it says gold standard. So it begins, and Star Wars. Now, myrrh is the third gift that was brought, and it comes to 82. And the gematria list starts with God has a code, the Lord, Armageddon, afterlife, rainbow, banknote. I like this one, chocolate. Portal, and funnily enough, vaccinated. I don't know if I can say that word, but I did anyway. So going back to the three Magi, their names, what they mean. Balthazar, it means God or Lord protect the king. Gaspar means master of the treasurer. And Melchior means king of light. So when I did their numerology, Balthazar comes to 9. So 9 is humanitarianism, the giving of your time and energy to help others. Melchior comes to 11, and 11 is a master number about being a visionary, a prophet, to do with astrology, astronomy, because I feel that they were astrologers, astronomers, because they followed the Star of Bethlehem. And then Gaspar, his name comes to 8, number 8. So 8 is to do with material satisfaction. So there are these different aspects of the world or the reality that we live in. So one is to do with the spirituality, and the other is to do with down-to-earth things, prosperity and abundance. So talking about the Star of Bethlehem, in Gematria it comes to 157, and the words are God the Father, Happy New Year. This is interesting, RH negative blood. Tesla time machine, 4 horsemen. So the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And apocalypse means lifting the veil for us to be able to see things more clearly. Love is eternal. Universal law. Year of truth. 1 trump card left. Economy big crash. Silver bullet. Donald Trump's. Barack Obama's secret. Big announcement. Divine judgment. Le Petit Prince, the little prince, Joshua. So there with this numerology and gematria, there is this sense that these messages being brought to us today on this 6th of January is a strong indication of where we are headed in a very positive light. So bringing this message to you, the energies of these 3 strong male magi, which comes from the word magician, so that ability to manifest things very easily in your lives rather than struggling and making a dog's dinner of it. That energy is changing very much so. And so we have other dates in the year to look forward to. So even though certain things have been cancelled, even though certain things we've been looking forward to have been postponed or delayed, there is this energy of, the best is yet to come. Something really magnificent, something beautiful is about to be revealed to us, which we seem to have been waiting for a very long time. But when it does show up, it is going to be magnificent, absolutely amazing. And what these 3 gentlemen are saying to me is that by this time next year, you will not recognise this planet or yourselves or what has manifested in your lives. They had the ability to tap into an energy that at that time was not available to all. So even though they were delayed in arriving on supposedly the birthday of Joshua, where they were housed by King Herod, they still followed that star, they still followed that energy and its trajectory. And it appears that astronomers and astrologers have looked back in time and found that there was a comet in that area at that time, 2,000 years ago. So a comet is always seen as a herald, as a bringer of news, of big change, revelation. And some people who are asleep, who don't notice things are happening around them, this is a very big wake-up call. So there are portents, there are signs, there are signals, there are omens, there are all sorts of signals coming our way. Pay attention, watch this. And if something shows up 3 times, in a slightly different guise each time, then pay attention to it, because it's knocking at your door. So in a personal sense and also in a collective sense, we have reached an epiphany in this ascension journey. Where do we go now? Where do we head next? And we are not without power. Some of us have given our power away in the past. We've allowed it to be taken from us. And we've reached a point now where we say, no more. We own our own power. We are divine, sovereign beings of light, housed in physical bodies. So when these three dudes show up, as they did on my canvas, this wasn't just I do a painting of the Three Kings, so I never know what's going to show up on my canvas. I just put the paint on and then the faces start to appear. So this says to me, the energy of these three beings is of royalty, but they're visiting us. So that puts us on an equal footing. They're not visiting royalty, other like kings and queens and such like. They're visiting our sovereign beings. They are bringing us, humanity, a gift. They are bestowing a gift upon us because it is time. The timing is right. So the gold standard, the frankincense, which is about clearing away the old paradigms, the old programming, the old ways of doing things, that being stuck in that loop of karma, that old wheel of, oh dear, here we go again, round and round and round. It clears the senses, it clears the pineal gland for us to be able to commune with the divine without having to go through a priest or a rabbi or the parson. We go direct. And the energy of the myrrh, as that is opened up to us, brings us to a point of contact that isn't just out there, it is within us. So it is our ability to recognize our true divine selves, for the codes to be activated within us at this time that have been dormant. So within us we have galactic codes. It is in our DNA. And over the last thousands of years, the DNA that we came in with, originally 12 or more strands, was disconnected, and we were left with only 2, so that we were controlled. But those other 10 strands are waiting to be activated within us. And that is our true galactic history, our heritage, our ability to contact our true divine selves, our galactic selves, where we truly come from, what we're truly capable of. This quantum leap into this incredible new earth, new way of being. A galactic consciousness, knowing who we truly are, where we truly came from, and embracing all of these things. So I hope this has been of some interest to you. I'd love to see your comments. Please like and share and subscribe. That will really help my channel to grow, because I've got a lot more information to share with you in the coming year. I take commissions for paintings, so if anybody is interested in having a bespoke, unique piece for themselves or as a gift for somebody else, then I'll be happy to hear from you. So thank you for watching, thank you for sharing, sending you lots and lots of celestial blessings and elemental embraces. Lots of love. Bye.